Hello, I'm here. It's Beth from Be Styled, coming to you live for Tipsy Tuesday on Wednesday. How are you? Um, it's Wednesday. Sorry I couldn't come on yesterday. As you can probably still hear, I have been sick. I don't have COVID. I did not have COVID. Thankfully, I got tested for COVID, even though I was vaccinated back in March, fully vaccinated since March. But I got slammed. You might remember I went to Ohio for college for the weekend, came home with laryngitis. That was 10 days ago. Finally went to the urgent care the other night to find out I have acute sinusitis. So I'm on the mend. I've got my antibiotics on board. But my plan for actually last week, which fell through because I really could not speak, and then for yesterday was to do my vacation packing tip. Whoa, sorry. It must have been the dog. Tip for you, Tipsy Tuesday for you. And things have gotten derailed. I was hoping to have Jamie of Flirty Finds fame on with me for this, but it could not work out. We couldn't make it work for several reasons, and I couldn't coordinate it. So here you have just me. But I have tips for you, and better than that, I have a vacation packing planning guide for you. I believe the link is under the description of this video. It is brand new. I literally put the finishing touches on it today, but it's ready to go. And it's really good. It's sort of a very abridged version of a style system planner geared towards packing for a warm weather vacation, which hopefully some of us will be doing this summer. I don't actually have any plans to do this, but hopefully you do. It's geared towards like a week-long beach vacation or pool vacation, hotel, beach, Airbnb, whatever. It can apply to a lot of different vacations. It includes 14 outfits that are all drawn from this packing list. And the packing list is designed, get this, to fit in a carry-on bag. And it works. I've done it. You don't have to do a carry-on. I know Jamie was like, I check. She likes to check a bag. I have a great carry-on bag that I got from Peach a couple years ago as a gift. It's called the Away bag. You've probably seen them. They're kind of like the Apple of bags. It's not the kind of bag I probably would have bought myself because I'm kind of frugal, but I got it for free. And now that I've owned it for 2 or 3 years now, I would definitely spend the money on it going forward. If it were to get, stolen or something, I would replace it. I love it that much. But you probably have a suitcase you love, a packing, a carry-on. The Away one just fits so easily in the overhead. It's slick. It has a charger on it. I mean, it's really cool. You can Google Away. You've seen them. I just have the regular carry-on size. Anyway, the point is, if you can, it's great to fit everything in a carry-on bag because then you're not worrying about losing your luggage or whatnot. And it's possible, ladies. It is possible. I posted on Instagram, I think it went on Facebook this morning, a funny meme I saw that said, this is me. I wear, the same black yoga pants 8 days in a row. But when I pack for vacation, I got to bring that third ball gown or whatever. So I need to pack an extra bag. We go crazy when we pack. I've been guilty of it. I am guilty of it because you're going on vacation. You want options, right? You want to look cute. But you can do that. And that's my whole point is you're going to look cute. Trust me. But you don't need to have tons of stuff and be weighed down by luggage that just is stressful and gets in the way of having fun. So that's what the packing guide will give you. It's going to give you the actual list that I use. It's flexible though. You don't have to copy it completely. Use it as a guide. I give quantities that I recommend. And then I have this great shopping catalog if you need to. Ideally, you're going to go to your closet and pull things out of your closet from your summer clothes or whatever. But if you do need to fill in, with things that you're missing or that you'd like, there's a great clickable shopping catalog. And then there are 14 outfits that I kind of think about what I like to do, but they're very general, like beach and pool to lunch is an example of one, or, yoga to brunch, or going on an excursion, or sightseeing, or shopping and lunch. 14 of those kind of outfits. Out to dinner, casual dinner, little dressier dinner, night out, that kind of thing. There's 14 of them. And you see an image with the outfit, and then you can click on it, and right above the image are all the different items if you choose to shop, but you don't need to. And then I have a whole cheat sheet of packing tips that I've researched and learned and share with you. Okay, so but what I want to do today is to give you some of the basics, okay? And see if anyone has questions. I see we have a lot of fun people joining. Hi everyone, Nancy, 2 Nancys, and Janet, and Danielle, and Laura, and fun people. Thanks for joining me. I missed you last week. Excuse me. Anyway, so you know me, if you know my style planner, it's all about a list and a plan and no willy-nilly shopping. In this case, it's a list, a plan, no willy-nilly shopping, and no willy-nilly packing. Okay, you're gonna research where you're going, which I'm sure you're all very good at. You've probably picked a great destination. Maybe you've got an Airbnb or a house that you rent or a hotel that you're staying at, a resort. Research that. You're gonna find out what the dress code is. What are the activities? What are you gonna be doing? Think about that. Write it down. Make a list. And then you're gonna have your list of items. Now here's a tip. Start with your shoes. Okay, somebody in the Instagram post, I think it was Kim, I'm going to call you out, Kim, was talking about, I asked, are you a pro packer or not? And she said something like, sometimes I bring an entire suitcase just with shoes. So this is, me, I'm not a shoe person, so I apologize to all you shoe people out there. But when it comes to packing, shoes are heavy, shoes take up a lot of space, and you can be smart about it. You don't have to follow my rule. I'm kind of a minimalist when it comes to shoes. But start with shoes. That's a good place to start and think, okay, based on where I'm going and what I'm going to be doing, what kind of shoes do I need? And again, I'm such a broken record. Think neutral, think simple. This is not the time to bring out your millions of pairs of fancy statement shoes, a different shoe for every outfit. You can do that all day long at home if you want. But when you're going on a trip and you have to pack a suitcase, you gotta be more strategic than that. So you're gonna pick neutral, sleek, modern shoes that are comfortable and that work with everything else you're bringing. I think, except for your sneakers, which I recommend wearing on the plane, like your white. I have them on right now. your cool, hip, white sneakers, not your running shoes that are teal and pink and cool that you got because you love all the bright colors. That's not the kind of sneaker I'm talking about. You're leaving those at home. You're bringing either if you're a runner and you don't want white running shoes, get like black running shoes or gray running shoes. I bring, so my running days are sort of limited. I bring a shoe like this that I can walk for miles in these. I can exercise in them. I could even do an exercise class in them. For a week, it's not. I'm not worried about it. Or if I were really going to be intense, I'd bring my Nike black and white running shoes. If I was going to be like Athletic Beth on vacation. Athletic Beth is no longer though. So start with your shoes. What am I going to be wearing? What shoes? Here's what I'm telling you. If this is what I would do, I'd wear my sneakers on the plane or traveling. I would bring 2 other pairs of shoes. I would bring a pair of flat, very comfortable, neutral sandals. And I would bring a pair of wedge heel or block heel, comfortable, neutral sandals. End of story. That's all I would bring. And then if I had room, I would take my rubber flip-flops. I used to wear Havaianas. Now I've switched to the Fit Flop, basic nude rubber. The Fit Flop ones are supportive though. Flip-flops, traditional, like to wear in the sand and the water. I would stick those in, but they would be only if they fit. I would try to make them fit. But I would bring a pair of, again, just maybe a low platform slip-on sandal for every day that also could be worn with dresses and even kind of dressed up. I give lots of ideas in the shopping catalog. And then I would bring a pair of shoes to wear dressed up, dressier. I'm not going to bring dressy spiked heels. I'd bring like wedge sandals. That's it. Okay, so start with the shoes. Then go with your bottoms. The next thing you're going to think about are what bottoms do I need? And minimal, ladies. 2, maybe 3 pairs of bottoms, plus the pair you're wearing, plus which I talk about is, you're going to pick your travel outfit strategically because you want to be able to reuse things. You want to reuse what you wear to travel, once you get there. If you go to a yoga class, maybe you can wear the same joggers you traveled in, that kind of thing. But 3 pairs of pants, 3 bottoms. Then the tops, I give you a little more leeway on because, they do get dirty and whatnot, but they're small. But every top that you bring has to go with every bottom that you bring. And every bottom that you bring has to go with every shoe that you bring. So we're working from the bottom up, but it all needs to work. It's not hard to do if you have a plan, okay? That's where solids come in handy. I'm kind of boring solid girl, but if you're wearing solids, they're all gonna mix and match, right? If you're wearing neutral bottoms, you can bring, I usually recommend like black, white, and maybe 2 accent colors as tops. And then maybe a couple fun, like a statement kind of blouse. Maybe that's where you bring your pattern in, like an off the shoulder floral top. That could be fun. That could be worn dressed up, or you could even wear it with shorts, dressed down. So the key is, as you can probably guess, is the whole versatility thing. Never is it more important to be versatile in your choices than when you travel. There are no one-hit wonders allowed. You who follow me know what I mean when I talk about a one-hit wonder. It's that top or that whatever that you wear the same, you can only wear this one way, that it has no other purposes. Those items don't really belong in your wardrobe, in my opinion, and they definitely don't belong in your suitcase. So they're out, okay? Versatility. Everything has to work with everything else. Remember Garanimals? Remember when you were women our age were in, 3rd grade, everyone talked about Garanimals, like you want the elephants went with the elephants. All these animals, all the Garanimals have to work together in your suitcase. And it's not hard to do if you're smart about it, okay? Let me see if anyone has any questions or any genius pieces of advice, because I'm not a seasoned traveler, unfortunately. I wish I was. I have traveled. I used to be more of a traveler. So I'm open to any hacks that you might have, any tricks that you might have. The internet is filled with them. I've learned so many things. Like you can buy a little pack of laundry sheets. They are these little they're like sheets that you can then, if you have access to a laundry machine or whatever, you can use, or you can just use them in the sink in your hotel and wash it up. And if you wear fabrics like this is the peach Nell top. I could easily wash this in the sink and hang it to dry, and it'd be dry the next day if I were to get it dirty. So think about fabrics. Think about items that don't wrinkle like crazy. That's always something to keep in mind. Packable fabrics that don't wrinkle too much, are always helpful. Let me look at my notes to see, because I'm getting off track. So we're going from the ground up. We're talking shoes first. You're looking at shoes, your pants, and your tops. I skipped the most important first step. After you've researched where you're going, before you pick all those things, you got to have your color scheme, right? Chances are you have a color scheme in your closet, hopefully. I recommend that you do. I'm sort of a black and white. My neutrals are black and white and gray. So if I were packing, I would pick probably black and white, maybe gray and white, or you might be more of like a tan and white, or a navy and white, but you have your neutral base palette that you're going to start with. And then you can add your 2, maybe 3 accent colors. It's great if all the accent colors kind of blend and work. It just makes it easier, but they don't have to because you're not wearing your shirts together per se. But all those tops have to work with your pants, work with your bottoms. And does this mean you can't bring colored bottoms? No, it does not. That's fun. Maybe you have a bright pair of shorts that you love. Make sure that the colored shorts that you bring coordinate with all the tops that you bring. It's not hard to do. You don't have to wear white with every color. You can mix your colors. Have fun with that, but make sure it all works. Okay. Those are my main tips for today. Let's see. There's so many others that I've included in the guide. Something that's obviously important to think about when you're going carry-on is the liquids. They still do have the liquid rule. You have to fit it in a quart size bag, and each bottle can only be 3.4 ounces or smaller. That doesn't mean the bottle itself. You can't have like a big empty bottle. You can't take your empty bottle of shampoo and say, well, it only has 1 ounce in it. That won't fly. You got to have 3.4 ounce bottles. Doesn't matter how much is in it as long as it's less than 3.4 ounces. And I found this slick little kit on Amazon for you could do it yourself with a baggie, of course, but one's kind of cute. And I think it was like $15. And it's the right size bag. It says TSA approved, and it has these different colored, containers that are all the right sizes, so you can fill your own stuff. And then you keep that in your personal item tote that you're going to have that I talk about in the guide. You have your tote with your little TSA approved quart size bag, and you're going to take that out when you go through security. Here's a little funny story. I went to Ohio 2 weeks ago, and I did that, and I never took it out of my bag, and they didn't stop me. But don't try that. That was just lucky. Both ways. I skipped it, and it went through, so whatever. But don't test that yourself. Here's another final tip, and then I'll see if anyone has questions. Jewelry. A lot of the videos I watched, a lot of the research I did, these people were saying, don't bring a lot of jewelry, just bring, stud earrings and a simple necklace and call it quits. That's probably very smart. It's not my style though. And it's just, like some of you ladies are shoe people. I'm a jewelry person. And fortunately, jewelry isn't as big as shoes, so I can get away with it better than you can, right? I figure if my outfits are pretty simple and solid and, neutral-ish, then I can re-wear them over and over again and just change up the jewelry. So the key is to pack your necklaces so they don't get tangled. I found also on Amazon this amazing, I will link these, I'll link these Amazon things that I found. They're in the guide, but I'll link them here as well. It's a jewelry pouch, and there are millions of them, but I looked through all of them because what I wanted was one that had, and the one I found has 5 like snappy hooks. So you have 5 necklaces. It's not a big thing, but 5, you can have 5 necklaces that you hook in individually with a little snap. And then the necklace falls into its own individual pouch. So it's connected with this on the, I should have a picture, but then it's feeding into its own individual pouch. I've tried, I have other jewelry organizers where they're connected, in a little hook, but then they cross and they get jumbled. This way they're falling into their own individual pouch, and it has room for 5 necklaces. And then it has stuff for earrings and rings and bracelets and all that. But for me, it's all about the necklaces. I'd probably bring, 5 necklaces definitely. And then I would bring hoop earrings and stud earrings and 1 pair of fun statement earrings. And that's all I would bring for earrings. And then I'd bring some stretchy bracelets, and they have little pouches for that. But the necklaces, I've spent more time untangling necklaces in my 54 years than I care to count. So this little gizmo that I found solves that problem. Or, the other trick that Jamie taught me is if you're just using Ziploc bags for your necklaces, just put them in the Ziploc bag and leave the top of each necklace hanging out and then Ziploc the bag in between the necklaces. I've tried that. It doesn't work as well for me because they still get tangled and I'm not meticulous enough. But this bag that on Amazon takes that guesswork away. This is the most I've talked in a long time, and it's starting to take its toll. I think I had one other thing on my notes that I wanted to share. No, or jewelry, suitcase. I think actually that's all I have to share today, but I wanted to see what you guys might have. Pyrex has those sheets. Okay, no spilling. Yeah, with the laundry, if you think you're going to be doing, it's Purex, sorry, has the laundry sheets. What a great invention that is. Like if you're a camper, which I'm not, those would be great because you don't need to be dealing with spilling laundry detergent. What kind of shoe is that? The kind of shoe I have on is the Steve Madden. It's a Steve Madden. These are kind of old. They're probably supposed to be like a Golden Goose knockoff because they have the star. But I've had these for a while. And I do love them, wear them pretty much every day these days. Let's see if anyone other, I am feeling better, Jan, thank you. Antibiotics are magical. Go to the doctor if you don't feel well, ladies. I suffered in silence for too long. Oh, it's so fun to see all you wonderful ladies. Sorry, Dolly's not with me today. Dolly is not making an appearance. It's just me. I don't have any props. I don't have any Dolly. But I hope some of this was helpful. Try to think of all the stuff that I researched, what some of the really cool tips. Oh, here's a tip that I learned. When you have your little bag that you take to the beach, like if you have a pouch or a beach that you put your stuff in and then you go to the beach or the pool and you want to have your like room key secure, put it in like your sunglasses case. You're wearing your sunglasses, put your room key in your sunglasses case. Some person made that tip because it might make it less likely to get stolen, I guess, or it's just an easy place to put it. Random. Sorry, that's a really random tip. I'm sure you probably have a better idea of how to keep things from getting stolen at the beach. That is always a concern though. When you're like at a resort and you have your bag, like, and you want to go in the water, like, what do you people do about that? I've seen like beach chairs that you can lock stuff up on, but I just kind of just choose not to worry about it, and I don't bring anything too valuable. But that is something I've always thought about. Like, I'm going to go to the beach. What do I do with my bag? Anyone's going to tell me what I should do with my bag? You people are all, if you're there and you want to just, what's your favorite travel hack? Share it with us. Share it with us. Or what's your hardest thing to pack? Is the hardest thing to decide, what to bring? Shoes are tough. People love their shoes. Never really understood that, but hey, to each his own. I love necklaces. You love shoes, I love necklaces. To each his own, her own. Anyway, click the link if you're interested in learning more about I lost you for a second, about the packing guide, and let me know if you have any questions about that. What else? That's all I have. If you have any questions or you want to share any words of wisdom about packing, please do so here. You ladies are the best. Thank you for all your well wishes as I've been struggling with this silly cold. And stay healthy. Just get dressed. My first time getting dressed and like brushing my hair, putting makeup on in several days. And it feels good. Made me feel better, to be honest. On that note, before I start hacking up a lung, I'm going to go. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. See you next Tuesday at noon. I promise. I think. Bye.